So now I'd like to show you how to solve absolute value equations. I do mine a little bit differently than our book, so follow along. My first step is to isolate the absolute value term. So in this case it has a plus 3 on that side. So to move that plus 3 to the right side, I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. I'm going to write that step because I know you can do it. So absolute value of x minus 5 equals 6. And then I write it down twice. I write this equation twice. Write it twice. Once I completely drop the absolute values. So this is the case when what's inside equals that positive 6. And the other time I write it, I change those absolute values, I morph them into parentheses, and I slap a negative sign out in front. So this is what would happen. So if inside here I had this amount, the absolute values would cancel that negative sign right there, and so I would get the second solution. So once I have the two equations written, I solve them independently. So for the first one, add 5 to both sides. For the second one, distribute the negative sign. Subtract 5, multiply by negative 1. For those of you who are saying, can't I just make the 6 positive or negative? Yes, you can. However, my trick is nice because it will work for the equations and for the inequalities. So you only have to learn one way for both cases. Keep in mind, it's very important that you do this first step, that you isolate the absolute value term first before you write it twice.